Hello and welcome to Principles of Energy. My name is Kristen Quell-Garguilo and I'm going to be a professor this semester. I'm going to start you out by just walking through a little bit of the course setup for today and show you where everything will be found throughout the semester. So without further ado, I'm going to share desktop screen and here we go. So welcome to your Blackboard setup. This is an online course, but it is not self-paced. So there will be specific due dates that you are asked to actually complete tasks or modules is what I like to call them. So your various modules. Modules will be due on Mondays at midnight. So you're given till Monday at midnight to complete a module per week. To start out, you can see that when you open the page, you will have an announcements section. And this is just a little introduction about myself and who I am as your professor. And then down below here, you can see the breakdown of each module topic that we will be doing throughout the semester. As far as texts go, the text that I like to use for this course is Energy and Its Uses in the Environment, and it's a 5th edition. It's a pretty common textbook that's been used for quite a few years now, so it's not very expensive, but it's a great read. Quite useful. With that said, I will be subsidizing some topics. For example, solar energy, home energy power, Viva Solar, a little bit about nuclear energy, and wind and water power, as well as chemical and geothermal are all going to be augmented chapters. So when we do those modules, I'm going to actually add additional information because the book was published back in the early 2000s and then reissued, I believe in 2013 was the copyright. And so it's pretty out of date actually on a lot of this technology and where we currently are. And so when we cover those sorts of topics, you are going to be given additional sources that are provided by me to take a look at. So let's look a little bit about the course. On the side here is how you navigate around the class itself. So you can see you have your announcements, outlines, and overviews are just a little bit about the course. And in the outline and overview, I also linked the syllabus and the semester breakdown, but that is also under here, under syllabus. You can see the syllabus for the course, what the expectations are, the breakdown of the class. You're going to be taking 2 exams, a midterm and 2 half-term exams, basically. They will cover modules 1 through 6 for the first exam, and then the second exam will cover everything 7 to 12, and then you will have a mandatory proctored final that will be done as a cumulative. You will also be asked to do weekly homework assignments and post-quiz questions for each set. Along with that, I will be setting up a specific date and time that I can meet with you as a weekly office hour where I'm happy to work with you on any coursework or go over anything that we're covering or just have a conversation with you. As you can tell from my bio, if you read through it, I am a sustainability expert and an engineer in my background, and I do work professionally in those capacities. So I am an adjunct for WCC, but I am also a professional engineer. So I have knowledge in multiple places, and I'm happy to talk about sector jobs and how they work if you're curious. Along with that, here below is the semester breakdown. This is when everything will be due. So what weeks that you will be expected to do each coursework and when everything is due. Also scrolling back up to the top, if I jump over, you'll see course calendar. Will include anything that has due dates. At this time, I just have the first month's due date, first module available. But as things open up, because it's based on a pacing of each work, each module will open up each week, you will see the due date for the next module's coursework there. Here is the course module page. This is where you're going to find everything for the course. You can see here is your getting started. That's what I'm expecting you to do this very first week of school. And then down below is the first module for when you're ready to actually start working on coursework. So right here in the getting started, you can see it goes over a little bit of the syllabus. It asks you to read it, what your expectations are. This video that I'm recording right now will replace the video that's currently in its placeholder. And there's a getting started quiz. The other thing you will see when you open this is you will not see this second course module, this module 1 that is shown right here, because you won't see that open until you've completed the quiz under Getting Started. Once you have, this module will open and you will see the coursework for the first chapter. This first chapter is going to cover all sorts of interesting stuff about energy consumption and the world. We will cover a little bit about the engineering process. So how do engineers think? And we're going to also cover a little bit about the scientific method. So you're going to have little video tutorials based on the PowerPoint, which is available right here, Intro to Chapter 1. And we'll also have some fun little videos, one about engineering design process, and this one about what is energy, which are just recognized kind of fun YouTube videos for you to watch. Once you've completed going through all the content, you will open up your post-lecture quiz. These are some simple multiple choice-based questions looking to get answers on things that you've learned going forward in the chapter. And then here is your weekly homework assignment. Weekly homework assignments are more in depth. They are short answer based, and I do want you to use your own words. Some questions, for example, this first one has a pretty open-ended answer to it, and it's based partially on how you feel looking at the society and the world around you, and how you would interpret this statement. So you can't copy and paste these answers. Please make the work your own. Some questions, let's scroll down. Oh, for example, this one right here has a very specific answer, and I'm expecting you to show your coursework. So please be sure that if you pull a source from somewhere, cite your sources. The world has smartphones. We have devices that allow us to look up infinite amount of information. If you're using that information, tell me where you're getting it from. Because if the information is incorrect, the blame is not on you, the blame is on your source. So maybe you need to figure out better sources of information. But it's not a fault of your own. It's a learning process. When you're asked something that's a thought question, please take the time to actually think it through. Let's scroll down. So, for example, this question here, what change would you have to make personally if the amount of energy that you use per year was mandated for a 25% reduction? This is not an easy question to answer, and it's personal. You have to think about your own personal lifestyle, think about how you live, what type of energy consumptions you have, and remember, everything uses energy. The food you eat uses energy. Eating lower on the food chain can reduce your energy consumption. So it doesn't have to be a big thing like, I'm going to install solar on my house, and it should not be an answer of something very simple, like elementary school kids. If I ask them how they based answers, which brings me to a big thing for me. Please, please, please don't plagiarize. Part of this course is about thinking through the energy consumption problems and the energy future that we can have. And in order to do that, everybody has to spend a little bit of time thinking about it. The other big thing for me going with this class is that I really want to see you all succeed at thinking through how you would answer these sorts of questions. I enjoy reading everything that you guys write. I like seeing your thought process. If you're not the most wordy person in the world, that's okay. I'm very direction oriented, so I like to number, label, or bullet point everything I'm going to say when I write out my answers. I'm not good with writing something long and poetic. That's not who I am as a person. So I understand. And if you spend the time to do your work and you give it thought, I will be able to see your personality shine through the coursework. With that said, this is what it's going to look like. At the end of every module is a discussions and questions section. If you're working through your module and you have any questions, or if you found something cool or there's something interesting going on and you want to post, this is your place to post it. So you just open up this link and put it right into the chat. Please, everybody, take a moment to look at those. To start out with, you're going to just introduce yourselves to the class and explain a little bit about who you are. But after that point, I find it's a great place to share things. It's also a place where I might post special events or going on, or just something really interesting that's occurring. So it's a place for us to put up kind of interesting articles and have a discussion on where we're going with our energy future. So on all of those notes, welcome to Principles of Energy. I look forward to reading and working with you all. Even though we will not be meeting at a specific time on the weekly, I'm happy to meet with you all. So if you need me, please hit that contact professor and let me know. Otherwise than that, hit me up during one of the office hours. I'm happy to work with you, have conversations with you, set up an actual learning environment where you guys can thrive. So let me know what you need from me to help you succeed in this course. On those notes, welcome and best of luck completing Module 1. Bye.